Hello, I am Christian Imes from Animals in Denial, and this is my tool of the week. This being my Lyman LS-300. Yeah, they print their models. Well, it's on this one, but got this guitar right after the pandemic, after the lockdowns, everything opened back up. We were driving around, seeing what was open, driving around, and then we saw this place that I was like, "What is that?" And we decided to go in there and found that they were in Lyman, South Carolina, making their own guitars. Here's the headstock there, Lyman. But yeah, and it's got this really cool red. I forget what they call these tops, but yeah, and I think it's a veneer. But it's beautiful guitar. It's super light because I think the body is made out of sycamore, which I'd never had before, and it was really light. Maple neck. It's got a really nice carve to it. Feels kind of like a Fender thing, but um, it was a place. They had two locations, Lyman and Greenville, South Carolina, called Yellow Mama Music. But yeah, that's where I got this guitar from, and it came with um, Wilkinson pickups across the entire guitar. Now you'll notice this bottom here is not a Wilkinson pickup. It's a DeMarzio. It's a DeMarzio. It's actually the bridge pickup from the Billy Corgan Stratocasters that they did. I had them do it custom black and gold because I really love the bridge pickup on the Billy Corgan Stratocaster, and I was like thinking, let me see if I can find a Billy Corgan Strat. I'm like, I need a 22. So I was originally looking for a Highway 1 with 22 frets, and I was just gonna do a pick guard thing and swap it and stuff. And I started thinking about it. It's like, huh, one pickup only costs $100 and something, and get that put in this one because I was playing this guitar and I really loved it. Fell in love with it, bought it, but the pickup in the bridge was a little bit too bright for most of the stuff that I was doing, so when I wanted to distort it, it got really noisy. That's the only complaint that I had with it, but since I put this pickup in, yeah, I freaking love this pickup. It sounds so mighty and gnarly. Um, but yeah, and it gets with the high gain stuff that I like doing, it's perfect for that. It's got 22 frets. I'm not sure what the tuners are, but they stay in tune. It's like I hadn't played this guitar in probably 2 weeks. And then last week I started playing after the power came out. This is the first guitar I really picked up and started tracking with, and it's been tuned to E flat, and then I dropped tuned the top string, and like it was, it works. But yeah, like I love this. Like I can't get enough of it. I've been playing this thing a lot. But yeah, the thing was in tune, like stayed in tune really well. So the tuners on this thing, like I said, they're not branded or anything on the back. So, but they're solid. It's easy to tune. You got a nice uh, turning forever and stuff like that. I changed the strings, of course. The Dario 10s. What I got, what we got going on here. Five-way switch, just like you'd expect with a Fender guitar, and like the BC pickup blends well with the others. Yeah, like I mean, it's a good, it'll do these stratty things. I don't have it really on the best model for something like that, but we could change that. But yeah, and then the neck pickup sounds pretty good too. Yeah, so it's a good guitar. Like I said, I didn't hate the Wilkinson pickups or anything like that. It's just for the bridge. I play most of the big, heavier rhythm stuff. I use the bridge pickup a lot. I use all the pickups, but probably my main thing is a good bridge pickup for my kind of core middle sound that's like everywhere. I play a lot with layers, and it's just getting worse. The more computer power I get, the more guitar layers that we have. So, anyway, yeah, this thing, the strings, you change the strings from the back. It's got this cutaway, but I can never reach it, so I end up taking this off anyway and doing it. But like, I'm a stickler for it. Was there? It was put in there. The nut looks. I thought it was a plastic nut. A buddy of mine says it's a bone nut. I disagree, but it's got the trim's not floated. It's just down on the bridge, so no bar stuff. You could get one in there, but none of that for this. Don't need it. I'd get my bendies with this through just sheer bending it. Pearl pick guard, double string tree. There's not much to like. I mean, much to hate about this guitar. Actually, there's nothing to hate about this guitar. Like I said, the only thing is I switched out the Wilkinson pickup. Um, wasn't anything bad. Wasn't thing I hated. But it was like it did. It was more just stratty things, and I'm a Stratocaster guy mostly. Yeah, it's like it's like mostly what I play are strats, but different configurations and the pickups are never quite the same, even with two models, and so you get these things and stuff like that. And then I've gotten to where it's like I can hear stuff, so it's like if I'm just jamming along with stuff and I'm playing stuff off of, jamming stuff from Blood Sugar Sex Magic, it's like, okay, give me my 60s. Yeah, my 60s, my Hendrix Strat, give me those good for that. Then if I play something from Stadium Arcadium like Snow or Danny California, I want my 50s Stratocaster because it's like that's the and really any Chili Pepper song I could probably get away with the 50s, but when I'm going for that, I want it to be right. I want it to be. Then I'll go with something like that. I also use this when I'm jamming along with Prince stuff because there's just enough. There's so much bite in this pickup, and like just literally changing, messing with your volume knob and roll off a little bit of the tone and stuff. It gives me a closer than not telly sound. So, well, like the Purple Rain, specifically like playing along with Let's Go Crazy, because that and Doves Cry are the ones I like to play the most. And oh yeah, I Would Die for You. Those are my jams. So if you ever wondered what Prince songs does Christian jam along to, it's those. Or me. I don't speak in the third person. I really don't do that. I'm getting used to this video thing. I'm a music guy and perform thing. And yeah, and the weather's changing, and so one fun fact about me is when the weather changes, my sinuses get super bajiggity because I was born with too many teeth in my mouth. I was one of those people. I had too many teeth. Well, I wasn't born with too many teeth, but I grew too many teeth. And so I had extra molars and stuff like that. And so I had one taken out. And the dentist lost an entire roof tip into my sinuses. And it rode around in there for like a year and some change before it made me really sick. And my doctor, I was sick for weeks, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. And like, I started thinking I was dying or something. And Then I'm like coughing one day. I'm coughing real bad. It's a big fit, and I see, uh, I see at the corner of my eye my dog, and like I thought I was gonna throw up, and like I coughed really hard, and next thing you know, I hear a clink in my mouth, like something, bink. I open my mouth, and the root tip came out of my mouth. Like an entire root tip to a molar. The dentist literally, when he did it, went, "Oh shit!" And so I'm like, "Oh shit, no, there's no shit, there's no shit at the dentist." Like it's like, oh, that's one of those moments you just don't say that. You don't say, "Oh shit," not when you got somebody, and you're doing that whole thing. It's like he called me at like 10 o'clock that night to make sure everything was okay. I was like, something's off here. Something's off here. So, needless to say, I got sick, and my doctor thinks that one of the reasons that I have so many issues with my sinuses is because that kind of screwed him up. And she tells me that I might have to have surgery on my sinuses at some point because she did. Hopefully, that I don't even want to know what's involved in doing surgery on your sinuses because those things go here, and I'm not giving medical advice or anything. I'm just talking about my situation. It's told to me, and it's like, man, they go everywhere and back down here. But yeah, like molar from the back of this side was in here, and yeah, I have fun times. But yeah, the weather's been changing, so I have to make sure I take my antihistamine and stuff to make sure that stuff stays clear because things get wonky again when the weather changes for me. I'm not actually sick. I wasn't sick on Friday's live stream. My sinuses were just going crazy and the volume levels got nuts. So it's like, okay, we're working things out. But anywho, no, so I'm not sick, no COVID, none of that stuff. I'm good. We're golden. And I will see you guys Friday. But this has been my tool of the week. It's my Lyman LS-300. Um, you can get them if you just look up Lyman guitars. They will come up. They even had a when I was at the Haywood Mall. They had a pop-up store in there at the Haywood Mall in last year. So I don't know. I haven't been over there. Um, I haven't been that far. I've been over to the mall for the Apple Store stuff, but like I haven't been in the mall like that lately this year. But like when they were there, they were in there and they were playing these things and stuff. They were selling these things. They've got ukuleles and stuff too. They've got some telemodels, beautiful semi-hollow body Telecasters and stuff. They do a really good burst. So I would check them out. The necks are super smooth. They're really comfortable the whole way up. That's the other thing too. It feels like they managed to keep like a similar neck rate. It doesn't get any chunkier until right after the about the 14th fret is where you feel the most chunk, but surprisingly like uniform all the way up the neck. Like it's I you know I wish some of my Stratocasters did this. Well, actually, some of the Stratocasters do. They're just affinity strats, and they're very cheap. But with a little bit of tweaking and stuff like that, you can have a guitar that rivals your Fender stuff. But Fender makes good stuff. It's all over the place. And like, what's neat about Fender is if you don't like the way a neck feels on your Strat, you can get a new neck, and they just bolt right on, and you're good to go. Really, Leo Fender was really a genius for that design, as evident in this beautiful axe here. Just, like, I really like the color too. That's really cool. That's kind of what made me want to get it and stuff. I wasn't intending to buy that guitar. Buy a guitar that I just wanted to check them out, but the staff was really friendly and nice. They've got their own amps too. So that's another thing that they've got going on, which they sent the really good clean amp. I couldn't, I didn't have pedals or anything with me to, test the overdrive, but the built-in overdrive that it had was pretty nice. Um, I didn't get to really put it through its paces in a way that I'd like to and stuff. I was kind of nervous too because it was like it was after the pandemic. People were still kind of wearing masks. Well, it was after the lockdowns. People were still kind of wearing masks and stuff. And it's like they were really chill and cool and stuff like that. And so I wanted to relax and play more, but it was like, okay, I just want to. Okay, now I wanted to get this guitar and go home and play with it. And just let me take it home. It's good. We're cool. We're cool. But I've been like that. I could go in a guitar center to buy a guitar. I'll pick it up, walk around with it, noodle with it, mess with it a little bit, and I'll go, yeah, I like the way this feels. And then I go with it. So that's pretty much how I roll. Um, again, yeah, and I'll just show the picks I use because I thought about doing a tool of the week for my pick because I love these picks so much. But it's like that's kind of lame, right? Dude, it's a pick. Just show us the damn pick. Okay, so what I do is I show the pick. It is, and I'm trying to read it from the light. It's like a 88 millimeters. The green triangle pick. They make a regular size pick of this density. I have them, but I use these. Mostly my son uses the regular ones, but like I like these. And I have the regular ones so when people come over and they need a pick. It's like, it's too big. It's like, no, it's economy. It's the economy, stupid. That's saying. It's economy. You got this end, and when that one wears down, you got this end, and when that one wears down, you got this end. And then if you're playing some jazzier stuff or you need some percussive things, you've got the side. The way that the sides bubble out just a little bit, it makes it easier. Yeah. Anyway, I love these picks. But okay, so on that bombshell, I'll see you guys later. See you next time. Goodbye.